Hey, what is up, you guys? It's Dre the Gamer right here. Welcome back to another stream. Today, everyone, we are wrapping up last week's Flyout. This is going to be Florida Flyout 2 of 2, or like 2 out of 2. 8 viewers. Welcome, 8 viewers. Alright, great. So, we're going to be wrapping up last week's Flyout. For those of you who weren't here last week, we started a Florida Flyout. We started in Jacksonville, I believe, and we worked our way down to Fort Lauderdale, Hollywood. It was about 2 hours, just under 2 hours. And we had, and obviously my power kept going out because, well, it was hot. I had two fans running. I had my PC running. I had I had I had an AC running in my living room. I had two fans in my room, and I had the PC running. So the power kept going out. And it kept multiple times it happened. So we just kind of had to wrap it up. So we're just going to wrap this one up here. This is kind of leg 2. This itself should not take more than about an hour. Fort Lauderdale to Key West shouldn't take long. I am in Discord VC if anybody wants to join. Yep, I'm in stream chat on my Discord if anyone wants to join. Hello, Mrs. TPHI. Hello, Icarus. Hello, Revo. Hello, Jake. So we got Icarus behind us. He's also in the TBM. We got quite a lot of viewers in here this early on, so that's a good sign. Anyway, so today's flight path is, I already posted it in the stream, but KFLL, Kilo Bravo, India Echo Charlie, then Kilo Mike, what's I? I forgot what I was. But yeah, point is, it's Fort Lauderdale, Miami, Key West, basically all the way down the Florida Keys. That's the plan. In the meantime, I think Icarus is ready to go. He's been here for a while. I'm ready to go too. If anyone wants to join in Discord, I will be there. If anyone wants to chat, in the meantime, let's get this show on the road. Cause yeah, this is where we wrapped off last time. Was took off from here and then the stream crashed. So, and the trim is kind of fucked up on this plane. It was last time too. I was having trim problems. Kept trying to put me into the ground. I did it. Okay, now it's lifting off, and we got someone actually coming the opposite direction. Got a Delta 757. Okay, traffic. Okay, that's just Icarus. Alright, I'm gonna put my flaps up. Alright. So let's check out Fort Lauderdale. I don't know too much about Fort Lauderdale. There's a casino. Yeah, well, let's just look. I don't know a whole lot about Fort Lauderdale. Besides from, the beaches, but yeah, you see, this is what I was talking about. It's having the same trim problems. Like I'm not even touching the flight stick, and it's trying to climb up. This is what I was talking about. I had this happen last time. I'm already higher than I would like to be, truthfully, because yeah, we got some kind of Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. Hard Rock Hotel. That's actually kind of interesting. Let's check it out. I was gonna Google in the meantime Fort Lauderdale. Okay, there's actually a Seminole. Yes, it's already showing up here on my Google because I just Googled Fort Lauderdale, Florida. So we're gonna do a low pass of this hotel, Hard Rock Hotel. Hard Rock, huh? My guess is like rock bands would come and tour here. That's my guess. Got some kind of like a boulevard, almost because it's like a 2-lane street. Not a bad hotel. Yep, looks like casino. Got a nice, pool or pond. So yeah, we got some kind of like a strip here. This doesn't really look like a strip. This is more like, I mean, it's not like a strip. It's just like it looks like a main street. And it's not super well mapped by the looks of it, because it's kind of like uneven. Who's that zooming around? Is that, oh, that's Jake. Jake, what are you in? Because I can't see it. I think he's just in the Baron. Yep, I don't know why it does that traffic like it did. Is the stream choppy at all for you guys? I'm doing it in 1080. 1080, but I have it set at 24 FPS. In my opinion, like 24 FPS, 30 FPS, you're not gonna notice. You're not gonna notice a difference, in my opinion, between 24 and 30. And in a game like Flight Simulator, you can get away with 24 FPS anyway. In a game like Flight Sim, because yeah, some of these games you do need 60 FPS, but a game like this, yeah, it does look nice at 60, but you don't really need. And it looks like, for some reason, my Fraps doesn't open here anymore. It used to show up here in this corner, but now it doesn't. It always tries to open up and zoom for some reason. Meantime, but yeah, it looks really smooth on my end. And I mean, judging by the video, it also looks pretty smooth. But, yeah, let's set it for 1080 and just see how. I mean, it looks actually pretty damn good. For 1080, it looks actually not bad. It looks pretty smooth, too, because I remember last stream, well, the first stream, so 2 weekends ago, I tried to do it at 1080, and it was just giving us problems. But I did turn down my game settings, so that could be why. We got what looks like a retirement community down here. This looks like, so let's give them a buzz. This looks like one of those like communities. It's kind of a, like kind of bungalow style homes. Let's just do a low pass over this. But yeah, you know, they got a nice pond. Not sure if you can swim in it, but just kind of adds the aesthetic, keeps the property values high, you know. Let's just move my camera. Nope, apparently not. Okay. Alright. So what are you in, Jake? Because I know you have stuff that I don't have. Because that's the thing. If you don't have the mod, you can't see it. And I really wish that there was a way that you could, like, temporarily see it. Even if you don't physically have that plane. But you have to have it in order to be able to see it. Which, alright, we do have some kind of a highway here. It could be I-95, but I'm not sure, really. I mean, I know I-95 runs down the coast. It runs from, like, Maine to Florida. Basically all down the East Coast. We got some kind of a trailer park here to my right. Yes, I know I'm at 500 feet. Panavia Tornado GV4. Or GR4. I'm going to look that up. It's kind of cool. Oh, so it's a fighter jet. Nice. Miami OPA Executive. Now, I'm not sure if I talked about executive airports in the past. I'm not sure if I talked about them in the past, but executive airports are for, like, you know, executives, for people who don't want to wait through airport security, but it's only accessible to the ultra rich. That's the thing. Like, you know, this is somewhere where, like, Trump would fly out of. The Trump-mobile, he would land here. You know, he wouldn't go to MIA. He wouldn't go to a public airport. It's just, because exactly, this airport, it's not that huge. You see, it's got, you know, 2 runways, 1 terminal, couple planes. This is for, like, the ultra-rich, you know, people who don't have time. People who don't have time, they just fly out of here. You know, you get there 40 minutes before takeoff, you just get on the plane and you just go. That's the way you do it. You know, no TSA, no long-ass lines. I wonder what is the worst airport in the U.S. I've heard O'Hare is pretty bad, but there's also some other airport in Chicago that I can't... Midway. That's what it is. I heard Midway's also not super great. I've only been to JFK. JFK is always packed, but I've never missed a flight out of JFK. Hello, Mrs. TPHI. Azobo, what are you in? Because I cannot see that. Azobo, because yeah, it just says Azobo passive aircraft generic piston. And I know you're not in a 9 viewers. Welcome 9 viewers. Damn, that is quite a lot. I damn. Well, now it went down to 8, but still 9 viewers. That's. I don't think I've had that many viewers. At least not in years. Usually I get like 4 or 5, but hell, I mean, I'm happy with 2. Just as long as, you know, it's someone to talk to. That's really And you know, I'm not sure if I stated this, but you know, this isn't really a career for me. Just simply a hobby. And I'd say for most people, this is not. For most people, this is a hobby. I make $100 a year off of this, maybe plus or minus a little bit, but I have a couple of like older videos that were insanely popular, and they bring me money basically. But yeah, I'm not. This is not my main income. I don't. I've never actually even taken money out of YouTube. It's just grown. I've got like $400 or $500 in there, and that's it. Not really a lot. Um, Probably can cover my internet bill. That's about it, really. Um, but yeah, it's not really a lot. I don't really, and yeah, the thing is, none of us really are, like most people who do this, you know, for most of them, this isn't a career. Like for Brett, like he's pretty, like he obviously is more popular than me, but he puts in more time and effort than I do. I believe he's kind of semi-retired. Um, I think Brett actually might make some decent. I really don't know. It's not my. I'm not. It's not really my choice. It's not really my business, really. But my point is, for most of us, this is not. For like I'd say 80, like 90% of YouTubers, they do this as a hobby. They don't do it as a career. And you know, this is not really a career for me. So we're gonna fly over the Miami-Dade Police Department. So yeah, we're kind of just doing a loop, really, but I kind of wanted to see the Miami beach, the Miami coastline. I saw these buildings, just figured I'd check them out. Got some fairly nice looking. Oh, Jake just. Okay, I guess not. I thought he like buzzed the Miami-Dade Intercoast. I don't know what that means, but I mean it looks like a police station. There's a helipad there. Yeah, air traffic control definitely would not be happy with us flying here. And as you can see behind me, again, there's a bridge that goes underwater. Whoa! Yeah, I wasn't paying attention there. Whoa! Okay, yep, just hit the wrong button there for a second. Alrighty. So we got some nice condos here too. Like these are some nice ass buildings. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna buzz them, but we'll fly next to them. So this is where all the old people retire to. Damn, that is a nice condo. I should definitely go to Florida, at least just to check it out. We got a golf course here that we're buzzing. This looks like a retirement kind of community. But it definitely is really nice. Really nice. Nice golf course. Nice buildings. Okay, alright. Okay, oh, we got. I'm not. What kind of a. Oh, that's a bridge? Oh, I think it's a drawbridge. I think that's what it is. We got kind of. I'm not sure. Is this like an artificial island? Because you can see it's just buildings, buildings, a road that runs through it, and now we got the beach. Kind of reminds me of GTA Vice City. 10 viewers. Welcome 10 viewers. Welcome 10 viewers. Now we went down to 8, but still, it's not bad. Yeah, this reminds me of GTA Vice City. I remember that was a fun game. I probably, looking back, I should have just, instead of flying south from Fort Lauderdale, I should have just flown like west and then kind of flown downward. That's what I should have done, really, but I didn't. Because we basically just made one big loop, basically. But now we're kind of actually going to get back on our flight path, because I don't have autopilot set, I'm just more like exploring. That's my dog outside, just being a dog. I got my window open too, so they hear me. She hears me talking, so that's probably why too. So yeah, I got my, I got my window open too, because it gets hot in my room with my computer, well, my newer computer. Even with 2 fans running, it's still hot, so I turn my computer off whenever I don't need it, because it gets hot in here. My room is the coldest room in the house in the wintertime, and it's the hottest room in the summer. It makes no sense. But it is what it is. I got a fairly big week coming up too. Got a lot to do. I got a lot going on in the next week. Just business stuff, really. I do Walmart Spark on the side. Well, actually, more like it's kind of my main thing, I guess. It's like Uber. It's like Instacart. It's a lot like Instacart. I yeah, it's kind of slowed down lately. It's not been great. Okay, we got, what do we got there? Those are just some kind of a, yeah, I gotta turn off that traffic. That is kind of annoying. Yeah. Because, yeah, you know, I got Jake next to me. I got two people behind me. Okay. Alright, so now we're heading south, and we're gonna fly over, and you can see it on the mini-map here. Let's actually get a nice cockpit view. We could probably, I'm cruising at like 50% throttle, but we can give it more throttle. Pinky Royal Air Force. Interesting. Like a pink livery? I have it full throttle, but strangely it sounds the same. It's not really going much faster. And the prop pitch is, it's not really going, it's going a little bit faster now. But it sounds the same, so maybe it's somehow messed with the prop pitch. These turboprops, you can kind of mess with the prop pitch, and actually some piston planes too. You can mess with the prop pitch, so it, yeah, that's annoying. I'm gonna close my window if this keeps up. Sorry about that. So you can, a lot of piston, a fair amount of piston planes and turboprops, you can mess with the prop pitch, so you can get more drag or more thrust. And that's basically how you would use a reverse thruster on a prop plane, because jets have reversers. This is kind of what this would work as a reverser too. Or even if you just want to slow down, like you're coming in on final, it's good for that too. But like the basic planes, like Cessna 152, 172, 182, those, you just, the more throttle you give, the faster you go. That's it. There is no real, I mean, the prop pitch is fixed. It's not adjustable. Biscayne Park Airport, I guess this is for, I have it listed, I guess it's just, it's a seaplane port. So I would take like the Icon A5 up here. Okay, so I got Icarus behind me. Jake disappeared, or at least I'm not seeing him. Either way, he'll catch up. Oh no, there he is. He's just way ahead of me. Obviously, he's in a fighter jet, so he's in the Tornado. So obviously, he's way faster than me. Yeah, I don't even. Okay, now, so yeah, it's kind of weird how the prop pitch works. In order for it to actually rev less, you need to physically completely turn off the throttle. Here, if you give it even a little bit, it's going to rev it full. So it's kind of weird. I need to read about that, because I just don't know how that works. This is some kind of a bay. Some kind of a, because, yeah, it's not like the ocean itself, but it's like the bay. Nice. That would, yeah, me and Icarus, we got a good screenshot from the last stream. It was the thumbnail for this one. Oh, Miami Beach. I'm going to go check that out. Let's give some throttle. Yeah, it's interesting how it works. Alrighty. Mount Sinai Medical Center, that's here. I thought that was in LA. Mount Sinai. I thought that was in LA or New York. I didn't know that was in Florida. That's kind of cool. Whoa. Touched the rudder a bit. Okay. Yeah, a lot of the old crew, they just kind of disappeared. We had a Flightman 100. Haven't heard from, actually, I haven't heard from him in a couple of years. Rev's here. Rev's still around. Flightman's kind of disappeared. We had a Joe Trails. We had a Captain ACQ. We had Farfan Games. We also had a few people in the truck streams. I don't think they played Flight Sim that much, but we had a. There was Wes, or Save Meech Boss. There was, what was that guy's name? There was just some Aussie gamer. I remember him. I remember Oz Flight Sim. I think I flew with him a couple times. I remember Rotor Sim Pilot. I wasn't like part of their community, but I did fly with these guys. And just some Aussie gamer, Rotor Sim Pilot. These are some pretty big guys. I don't know if they're still active or not, but they were pretty big, those guys. There was also a pilot, Emily, but she just disappeared. She was actually a Dash 8 Q400 pilot. Air Canada. She flew Flight Sim too, and she just kind of disappeared. I don't know why, but I guess it got to be too much for her, maybe. But it was also during COVID, so people were streaming was more kind of popular during COVID because, you were trapped at home, nothing you could really do, so people resorted to things like this to pass the time, including myself. COVID ended, things went back to normal, and it was I was active here and there, but not a whole lot. Okay, now we're like in downtown Miami. So there's Miami Police Department, and then there's Miami-Dade Police Department. That's actually kind of cool. Okay, we're like, let's give 50% throttle. Let's we got the Biscayne Tower. So this looks like to be like corporate high-rises. Miami Tower. Whoa. I heard GTA 6 is going to be in Florida. Actually, yeah, it is going to be in Florida, so that would be pretty interesting. I'm definitely streaming GTA 6 when that comes out. Can't wait, but at the same time, shit, I've been waiting for like 10 fucking years. I remember I played Grand Theft Auto for the first time about 10 years ago. And I remember I completed it within like a week or two. Like, I was just grinding. I'm talking, I was playing that 8 hours a day, man. And I wanted to play GTA 6, but it wasn't out. And I've been waiting for 10 years. And it's been like 12 since GTA 5 came out. Because they just want to pump as much money as they can out of GTA Online. The whole reason they made GTA 5 was because GTA 4, no one was playing it anymore. No one was buying the DLC, so they had to make a new game. And obviously not many people are playing GTA 5 anymore because, it's like all they add now is just an overpriced supercar. Like a couple years ago, they added a Honda Civic that was like $1 million in-game, and it was just a Honda Civic. Like, they're not, like, Hondas aren't bad cars, but still, who's spending their in-game currency on a Honda Civic? I'm a Toyota guy, though. I would say, they're both Toyota, Honda, they're both good cars, but I would take a Toyota over a Honda if I could choose. But yeah, I've had so many cars that I've had Toyotas, Hondas, had an Infiniti. I've had two Subarus. Technically three, depends how you count it. Had a Mazda. I have a Dodge. I have my car rental business, so like not me. I don't personally own them. My LLC does. The LLC does. All right, we got a little bit of a choppiness there, but drinking a Baja Blast. These things are fire. I have a coupon. It was free for 5 at free Mountain Dews for $5. Any Mountain Dew. It was at Cumbies. I'm not sure if you guys know what that is, but in New England we have this gas station chain called Cumberland Farms, referred to as Cumbies. I have the Smart Pay app, so I get all kinds of perks, like 99-cent fountain drinks. 10 cents off a gallon on gas. Gas has gotten cheap, though, thankfully, thanks to Trump. As soon as Trump took office, gas went down. Yeah. Finally, after, 4 years of fucking suffering with Biden, things have finally gone back to normal, more or less. Hurricane Aaron, Cat 5, straight ahead, 66 nautical miles out. Wow. And we're not that far from. I heard about it in Discord this morning. For some reason, okay, Vegas Terminal Free was shit. There was nothing to do after TSA. You're in the Vertigo. Oh, Miss TPHI. I remember the Vertigo. I remember the Vertigo. I used the Vertigo for Hurricane Elsa. Me and Icarus, we used it years ago for Hurricane Elsa. Yeah, that Vertigo is quick. My opinion, Heathrow is the best. Dubai is the best for shopping. You can shop at, like, really shop at Dubai. Insane. It looks insanely copy and pasted like with any white girls nowadays. Yeah, dating is yeah. The game has changed. All right, so we're pretty much out of Miami now at this point. Vertigo is awesome, and she can sure fly it very good. Yeah, the Vertigo, yes. The Vertigo is tricky. Yeah, that thing is quick, so you really got to know your shit to know how to fly it, because that thing is just insanely quick. You really got to know your stuff. It's a good plan. I should get that. I had an FS20. I don't believe I have it here. I think it's one of those freewares, is it? Alrighty. Yeah, I don't know what's going on my trim. For some reason, the trim is 13 up, even though I don't have it set at all. Well, yeah, I don't know what's going on. Maybe I think I'll just set the autopilot at this point. Okay. Alright, I'm just going to turn on the autopilot if I can. I did set it up before the stream. Okay, let's turn on autopilot. Is it going to work? I mean, okay, I think it will actually work. Alright, so we'll just cruise at 3,600. 10 viewers. Welcome, 10 viewers. Alright. Pardon me. Better out than in, that's what I always say. Yep, I'm here in the traffic. I got Icarus behind me. I don't know why. For some reason, my chat just, you guys were commenting, but I wasn't seeing anything. And then, boom, just suddenly 10 new chats appeared. That was just weird. It was like, it was weird. Because, yeah, there was, like, several Homestead Air. Okay, that's just an Air Force base. There was several people, like, I mean, I know, yeah, people were chatting, obviously, and, I had, and yeah, like the chat after the Tornado GR4, like there was no chats appearing, even though I had a feeling that people were still typing stuff. I wasn't actually seeing anything. And then like 3-4 minutes ago, it just randomly, there were like 10 new chats appeared from everybody. It's weird, yeah. I don't know why, I guess just, I think I'll just refresh the page from time to time. I guess that's probably what I should do. Because, yeah, I have the stream page open on my other monitor. Yeah, no, you gotta rock 2 monitors. If you want to really stream, you gotta have 2 monitors. Just, I don't know how you can stream. I mean, 2, maybe, hell, maybe even 3. I had free monitors for a while. I think for a good year and a half-ish, I had free monitors. Then something happened, and my third monitor... it was working, but it was like, it was kind of choppy. It was like, it would lose signal every like 10 seconds. It was just flickering. It would just lose signal, reconnect, lose signal, reconnect. It was just annoying. So I just took it out. I tried it with a different computer and it worked just fine. So I think it's more like something with my video card that was going on. But on the plus side, I got 2 big monitors. I have a 24-inch, and I think I have a 22, maybe a 20 or 22, a little bit smaller. And obviously, it's way easier because before I just had, for years, I just had the 24 and I had the 18. And for a while, I had the 24, the 20, and the 18, all free on my desk. And the 18, I kind of had to angle it so I could see it, but it worked well for the couple of years that it worked. And then obviously it started giving me problems, so I just took it out. And it worked with a different computer just fine. because I tried it with a different desktop, a different one, not mine, but it was fine. Now, yeah, but now I just got 2. I mean, 2's enough. Yeah, free is good because you can have the stream, the YouTube open on one, the game running on the other, and you can have OBS in the third one. But 2 does suffice because you can just check OBS from time to time, really. And it's fine. Stream seems smooth. My guess is because I turned down my in-game graphics and I also lowered it to 24 FPS instead of 30 like it was before. So I think because the first stream I did, it was just a problem. The stream itself was choppy. I guess the bit rate was too high or too low. OBS is, I guess it's temperamental at times. I need to update my OBS too. I just keep forgetting. But OBS is not a bad system. Streamlabs, I think, is like OBS. It just has some cooler features, I guess. I think I've used Streamlabs before. Actually, yes, I did use Streamlabs. I'll tell you guys about that. So I've always used OBS. Always had good luck with it. I've used it for years. I used it when I streamed on Twitch 7 years ago. And it worked just fine. Yeah, it's my dog. I'm gonna close my window because that's. There we go. Yeah, she's not used to my window being open, and me talking, so that's why. Okay, the autopilot's actually behaving. We got some kind of Ocean Reef Club. Okay, cool. We're actually flying right over it. That is pretty cool. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are now entering the Florida Keys. We're going to be flying pretty much all the way down the Keys. But yeah, so we got a golf course. There's an airstrip. So I think you just land and then you just get off the plane and play golf. Shit, that's how you do it, I guess. I mean, I'm sure that's how, John Daly or Trump or pretty much all these rich people would do it. What is that over there? What is that? That's just, it looks like a field of water. I'm gonna go check it out. I'm gonna turn off my autopilot and just go make a quick detour and just turn off the autopilot. It looks like a field of water. As you can see, well, you can't really see it from here. I got a hot co-pilot too. Because, I mean, we will get back on the flight path, obviously, but I just want to check this out. It's like a field of water. Makes no sense. Yeah, I gotta say, this TBM, though, it's pretty nice. It's not misbehaving as bad as it was last time. And even, hell, even at like half throttle, at 50% throttle, you have plenty of torque. You have plenty of thrust to climb. Do pretty much, like half throttle on this plane is just enough to do pretty much anything. It's almost like the sports car of the skies. And actually, that's what they call the 757. They call it the sports car of the sky because of how quick it is. Yeah, what is, it's some kind of an irrigation field by the looks of it. It's just a field of water. It's just a field of water. And it's salt water, too. Well, what are they? I guess they somehow irrigate the ground. But Florida doesn't really have a drought problem. Oh, maybe it's a rice paddy. But would you grow rice in salt water? It's just a field of water. That's all this is. If anyone knows what it is, let me know. So I'm just curious what it is. I mean, it's definitely here in real life if it's showing up on Flight Sim. Kind of cool, I guess. It's just, because yeah, there's some trees. Maybe it's a rice paddy, but I don't think you would grow rice in salt water. There's Homestead Miami Speedway. Alright, let's check that out. Oh, and we got some kind of a factory here. I'm just curious what this is. So I'm gonna actually check it out, and then we'll get back on the flight path. Might add some time to the stream, but no big deal. It's not like we're short on time like we were last time. Because last time, yeah, we had like a 2-hour limit. Because I had to do some other things. But here, this will be like an hour, hour and a half max. Because with all being said, I mean, yeah, this flight is a little bit more direct than it was last time. Last time we were kind of going in loops. We got some kind of a small industrial park by the looks of it. And then we got some kind of a speedway. Homestead Miami Speedway. I'm going to go check that out. Alright. So there is 2 helipads there. Probably for, you know, guests. And then one for, yeah, EMS. That makes sense in case something happens. And then we just got saltwater forest here, kind of like the Pine Barrens. Oh. See if anyone important messaged me. Nope, nothing important, so. Alrighty. Let's check it out. I'm gonna eat one of these Little Debbie pumpkin oatmeal cookies, or like pumpkin oatmeal cakes. It's not bad, so I'm gonna try it. I kind of got the munchies, so. Alrighty. Ain't bad. So we got a speedway. Not sure what they hold here. NASCAR? Yeah, probably NASCAR. Alright, let's turn on the autopilot. Let's get back on course. Alright, looks like it's behaving. So, we'll do that. It's climbing a little bit, so that's good. But yeah, I closed my window, now it's getting hot here. Yeah, I gotta put an AC in my room, but I feel like that might not even be enough, to be honest. Nice Sunday. Just chilling. Took a little power nap earlier. I'll probably take another nap. Gotta do some laundry. I usually try to take Sundays off, really. Sundays are my lazy day. I gotta say, I love these Mountain Dew Baja Blast. Yeah, they're unhealthy as hell, but they are good. I tried Coke in a can today. Now, I'm not a Coke guy, personally. Pepsi. Pepsi is the best. Diet Pepsi, Pepsi Zero are my favorite. I'm not a huge Coke guy. Coke in a bottle is not great. Diet Coke in a bottle is even worse. But fountain Diet Coke is actually not bad. Like at, McDonald's or anywhere. Fountain Diet Coke is actually not bad at all. I don't know why, but for whatever reason it's good. And I actually like it. But the point is, I bought Coke in a can. I tried it and it was actually pretty good. Like almost like, not phenomenal, but drinkable, and I almost kind of liked it. I kind of did like it, to be honest. And I've tried Diet Coke in a can, and for whatever reason I didn't like that. It's weird. Sorry, had to pause. Dropped a loaf off at the bakery. I feel that. Oh, whoa, welcome, Rev. What is Rev is in what, a citation by the looks of it? Microsoft Vision Jet Executive Seating. I don't know what that is, so you'll have to enlighten me. I'm seeing 2 Revos now. I'm guessing that's a Bombardier. I remember I had the Dassault Falcon in FS20. That was a cool plane. The Dassault Falcon. It was kind of like a 727. It had 3 engines. It was a small jet. I even used it in a few flyouts. Like the France flyout, I think I used it because it was a French plane. That was a cool plane. I wish I'd flown it more, to be honest. I remember I had a DC-10, had an MD-11, had a 727, I had a Tupolev Tu-154. Those are just some cool tri-jets. I almost had the Yak 42, maybe it was called. The Yak 42, maybe that's... It was a Soviet tri-jet. It kind of looked like the Dassault Falcon. Yeah, Yak 42D. No, maybe not the Yak 42. Maybe it was the Yak. I'm not sure what it was. Yak 40, that's what it was. Yeah, like I said, the Yak 40 is a cool plane. And then it became the Yak 42. And it obviously is derived from the name Yakolov, which is a Russian name. I had the Yak 18 too. Yak also has since become an English slang for throwing up. Like all the white girls at the parties, they say, "Oh, I just yacked," because you know they got too fucked up and puked. I gotta say, where I live, we used to have some good fucking parties. Not exactly in my area, but like within a 45 minutes away. About 2 years ago, we had some good ass parties. Not anymore. All the gang violence, the cops showing up, just become a nightmare. So, yeah, not really any parties anymore, fortunately. So, there isn't much to do on a Friday night around here. Just, I usually just do Walmart Spark. That's kind of my main thing now. Then I got my business. Okay. So, we're flying along the Florida Keys. So, not exactly on the Keys, but like next to them. A lot of nice resorts, a lot of little islands. I'm going to adjust my heading a bit so we fly over them. Oh shit, that was not... Okay, there we go. Let's just set the heading mode. Okay, cool. Now we got heading on. So it'll fly to the designated heading. Okay, cool. Vision Jet is the one with the 2 tails and the engine. Yes, I know the Vision... Yes, the Honda Vision Jet. Yeah, that one's actually kind of problematic in Flight Sim. The Honda Vision Jet. That being said, I would kind of think the Vision Jet would be a bit better. Being a Honda, I'd think it'd be more reliable. But yeah, Honda started off originally as making bicycles. then motorcycles, and then cars. And they didn't start selling cars here until I'd say the 70s. After the oil crisis, that's really where the Japanese cars got ahead. That being said, American cars, there were some cool American cars over the years, but I'd say the American auto industry really went downhill for the oil crisis, and it never really recovered. The build quality was very inconsistent. It was very inconsistent. Cheap. They started doing it as cheap as humanly possible after the oil crisis of 73. Yeah. But that's where the Japanese cars kind of got ahead because they were cheaper, better built, and they were reliable. Just a little story for those who aren't who aren't from the U.S. We got a Nate dog. That looks familiar. Nate dog. Probably just a rando. But okay, so the Keys. So yeah, this is like seems to be the main island, and now it's sort of like sprinkles out, and it kind of continues on, sort of down that way, and then there's those 3 dots in the distance. Let me tell them. Yeah, we can go a bit faster. That's cool. I think I did a Bahama flyout a while, like a couple years ago. Maybe it was Bahamas or where was that? I'm just gonna look that up. I think I used a Bombardier for that one. Okay. Okay, we had a Texas. Okay, that was Houston to El Paso. That was in Bombardier. Miami to Turks and Caicos. Yeah, that's where it was. That was in the Bombardier Challenger 650. That was about 2 years ago. Because I remember I kind of flew from Florida to somewhere. And yeah, that was the Turks and Caicos. That was 2 years ago. That one actually wasn't that long either. That one was only an hour. I'm not even sure where is Turks and... I mean, I don't entirely know where Turks and Caicos is. It's that close to Florida, I guess. I know it's British. Yes, I know that. I'm just looking at my map here. Meantime, I'm gonna take you guys outside so you can see. There we go. We got some little cities here. I don't think. Can you drive here from mainland Florida, or you have to take a boat out here? Because I'm not sure about that. If anyone knows, let me know. I'm not sure if you can just drive down the Florida Keys. Like I mean, between the islands, yeah, I'm sure you can drive. But can you drive here from mainland Florida? Yeah, Turks and Caicos actually is not that far from Florida. From Miami, it's actually not that far. You got Miami, you got the Bahamas, and then you got Turks and Caicos. To the south of it, you got Haiti and the Dominican Republic. Then you got Cuba to the west. You got Jamaica south of Cuba. Yeah, I gotta say, Jamaica, Cuba, Haiti, DR, they're all pretty close together. They're all pretty damn close. I think that's where we chased Hurricane also 4 years ago it was. Okay, no, wrong direction. We're gonna adjust the heading a little bit. I remember we also did a hurricane something we did a hurricane something flyout in the P3 Orion. And the P3 Orion is actually built for hurricane chasing. It's one of the aircraft they use. It was originally based off the Lockheed P-133 Electra. Maybe it's not the 133, but I'll just look up the Lockheed Electra. Lockheed Electra. L-188 Electra, yes. It's a turboprop, and we had it in flight sim. I had it in flight sim. Well, actually, I didn't have the L-188 Electra, but I had the P3 Orion, and the P3 Orion is like a military variant of the Electra, and it's also used for hurricane chasing. So we actually did a flyout about 4 years, right around this time, 4 years ago. We did a flyout in the hurricane flyout in the P3 Orion, which is based off the Electra, basically. It's kind of like the DC-10 and the KC-135, but just a military counterpart. Not a bad plane. I think it actually had an A320 cockpit. Yeah, it did. Okay, we got Florida Keys Marathon International. That's like our next point, and then we are on to our final destination. Wrong direction. Alright, Revo's way ahead of me. Revo, what are you in anyway? I couldn't figure that out. Alright, so now we're sort of going to be flying down the Keys. Let's lower the altitude a bit too. A10 Warthog. That. Oh, so you were in the Vision. That was the Vision jet? It looked like a Bombardier. So you go to developer. Is there developer mode in FS24? Like, because I remember in FS20 there was developer mode, and you could just switch to an aircraft mid-flight through developer mode. Oh no, the Vision jet is a Cirrus Vision jet. Fuck, I was thinking of the Honda H jet. That's what I was thinking of. I confused the two. Yeah, I have the Vision jet in GTA 5. It's no, you're okay. You're in an A10 Warthog. Master warning. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, and someone messaged me in Discord, maybe. I mean, Discord's always making noise. You could still do that. Haven't tried it yet. Mainly to do FS24, everything from planes is online connection. There's no offline connection like 2020 has. 2024 requires internet connection at all times. Yeah, that's got for people who don't have decent internet. That's kind of shit. I mean, thankfully, I have decent internet, but until about 6 years ago, I did not. Okay? I had pretty shitty internet for the longest time. For until 2019. Okay, I got Florida Keys Marathon International. That's just a single... I don't know how that's an international airport, because that's just a single runway. Okay, what are you crying about? It sounds like the fucking seatbelt chime in my car. Well, not my car, but in my, it sounded like a car seatbelt chime. Man, I'm a little tired. I don't know why. Just a little rundown. Had a crazy week. Okay. Fisherman's Hospital Emergency Heli Stop. I guess it's a heli stop for fishermen. Jake is all the way in the distance there. I guess he already landed. I mean, yeah, see, I mean, he was going way faster than me, obviously. 10 viewers, welcome, 10 viewers. 10 viewers. I can't believe, because I can't remember last time I had 10 viewers in here at the same time. That was like, maybe during like 11 viewers. Welcome, 11 viewers. Thank you, everybody, for joining. I mean, 11 viewers. I think the last time I had that many was maybe during like COVID. When I first started streaming Flight Sim like 5 years ago, it was I would have like, you know, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, maybe 15 viewers in the early days. But that was like right when Flight Sim came out. But thank you, everybody. It's a new record for me. Okay. Because, yeah, I think it went down to 3, but then it went back up again. Okay, now, I think, yeah, he's in the Warthog. No way, yeah, that's definitely the Warthog. I don't think I have the Warthog, which is why I don't see it. Oh, no, I don't want that. Okay, so Jake is here. I guess Jake slowed down. See them both flying around there. The struggle of trying to install Flight Sim 2020 during the first release was about a 4-hour install. Yes, I remember that. I remember on my 16th birthday, I got Flight Sim. And I tried to install it, and it was a pain. Yes, it took about 4 hours. I can't believe that people actually bought Flight Sim. They bought it on a physical disc. I bought mine on the Microsoft Store. I think I actually bought both of mine in the Microsoft Store, but I remember Flight Sim 20. You could get it on Steam, Microsoft, or you could get a physical disc copy. But I can't believe who bought a physical disc copy of that game in 2020. Unbelievable. And I remember FS24 also took a long time to install, and FS24 was more expensive too. I think like the top tier was like $200-$300. I think I bought like the mid tier because I wanted most of the planes, but some of them I didn't care for, so I didn't pay for them. It's kind of like that. So, but still, it was expensive. FS24 was more expensive than FS20. Alright, that's what, Icarus? Okay, that's Rev or Icarus behind me. Yeah, I'm seeing Rev as just a bombardier. It looks like just a... It looks like a bombardier. That's what I'm seeing him as for some reason. Oh, man. I'm tired. I don't know why, but... Probably gonna take a nap after this. That's what Sundays are like for me. You know, Sundays, I usually sleep in until like noon. It's usually like a lazy Sunday for me. It's usually what Sundays are like. I usually don't do much. Just chill. Watch some Netflix. You know, that's a Sunday for me. Yeah, tomorrow, I got a lot to do tomorrow. I got a fair amount to do on Tuesday. Got to go take my car for an oil change. Now, I normally would just do an oil change myself, but I got a newer car, and it's under warranty, so... And it's not that expensive, so just better to do it. Better just to do it at the dealership, because it would look better if something went wrong. But yeah, I do know a little bit about working on cars. I do some stuff. I know how to do some stuff. But there's some things that I won't do or, you know, don't like doing. I got it in Game Pass, then Philly purchased it after it became stable in 2020 from MS24 Premium. I got it for free when I was a mod. Yes, yeah. Mod in the server. That's actually not a bad deal. You get it for free. You get Premium Edition for free for being a moderator in the Discord. That's actually not a bad deal. It's not a bad deal. Wow. Yeah, that's not bad. That's actually kind of cool. Alright. Alright, so we're coming in on our final destination up there-ish. Okay. Alright. Yeah, it's getting hot in my room. Alright, coming in soon. Alright, yeah, even my chair, I'm like, my shirt, I'm sweating here. But, you know, August, summer's almost over. It will cool down. Won't be as bad. And in the wintertime, it actually gets cold in my room. I gotta run a heater sometime, and I'm still cold even with a heater. I got trolled with the 2024 version. They sent us a code right as I got ready to purchase it. It didn't even know they were doing it. Hello there. I got a hot co-pilot. Yeah, for some reason, you don't meet many girls in the flight sim community. You just don't. Or in the aviation industry, I'm talking like pilots. Like, yes, most flight attendants are female, but like there are female pilots, you know, but you don't meet them for whatever reason. You don't see it all the time. You know, it seems that the aviation is a male-dominated industry, just like the car industry. Like, you know, yes, there are female mechanics. There are female, you know, service advisors. There's female car salesmen, but you just don't meet a lot of women in the car industry. For some reason, you just don't. It's still a male-dominated industry. And I guess it's kind of, yeah, it's good and bad in a way. Okay, we're coming in on Key West. It's about maybe, oh shit, it's like 11 miles away. I'll turn autopilot. Okay. I don't know what, now it's doing something else with the trim. Okay, in the meantime, I'm gonna how do I turn on ATC? Nope. Yeah, I gotta say, I miss the old VFR mini-map we had. That one was really good. Flight. Content. How do I get I don't remember how to do that, to be honest. Whoa, okay. Okay, that's actually kind of cool. Ah, okay. Nearest airport list. I'm not even seeing Key West International just yet, so. Marriott Beachside Hotel? Hotel has its own airport? That's actually kind of cool. That's actually kind of cool. Not gonna lie. Key West Airport, Key West International, 7 miles out. It's still not showing up on my thing. Oh, wait, I can scroll. That's why. There we go. Request full stop landing.
Key West Tower, Daughter Charlie Foxtrot, Kilo Bravo Papa, is 7 miles east, 1,100 feet.
Alright, we're gonna go around this airport. We don't want to get in their way.
Daughter Charlie Foxtrot, Kilo Bravo Papa, Key West Tower, altimeter 2, 902, fly straight in runway 27.
Okay, fly straight in, runway 27, okay.
Kilo Bravo Papa.
Few women fly on VATSIM and in real life, like the EAA Air Venture show every July. Part of the reason, you know what happens when people hear a female voice in the games, they get crazy. Yeah, I guess, yeah. Okay, I just gotta find runway 27. Okay, we're coming in about 2 miles out. Let's slow down. Alright, so. Whoa, oh shit. Yep, that was not good. Maybe we'll do a short final. Yeah, short final it is. Okay, gear down. Okay, we're on the right runway, so that's good. Just coming in a bit high and a bit fast. A bit high and a bit fast, but no worries. Jake's already landed. Whoa. Okay, yep. That was not a bad landing. I'm gonna have to rewatch that. That was not a bad landing. Not bad. Alright, we're gonna wait for... I got Rev coming in. I'm not sure where Icarus is. Either way, I think we'll chill for a bit. We'll just chat with you guys for a bit. Okay, Icarus is back there somewhere, so he's not here yet. Okay. All right, let's get in touch with how did so I got to contact ground, acknowledge.
118.2, Daughter Kilo Bravo Papa.
All right, let's request taxi to parking.
Key West ground, Daughter Charlie Foxtrot, Kilo Bravo Papa. Request taxi to parking.
Jig, where are you at? Just curious.
Charlie Foxtrot, Kilo Bravo.
Yeah, I'll probably watch Brett stream too, to be honest.
Parking using taxiway. Charlie Alpha Delta Cross runway 27 Charlie Alpha Alpha 4. Taxiing to general aviation parking via taxiway.
Okay, it wants to send me to GA.
Runway 27 Charlie Alpha, Alpha 4, Dover, Kilo Bravo Papa.
Alright, here we go. It's just having me make a loop. Highly recommend checking out. Okay, I'll take a look at the A380. Yeah, there's no point in making a loop, really, if I could just park right here. I'm not sure what that thing is that I'm parking next to. Alrighty. So, Icarus is coming in. Let's try the drone and just check out the... Check it.
Envoy tree 54 tree.
Alright, here comes Icarus.
Parking information echo. Request pushback.
Okay, now his landing gear appeared. For some reason, I wasn't seeing it for a while.
Pushback approved.
Jake is over here. For some reason, they sent Jake here, but they sent me over there. I guess because this lot is full. Is this the Pilatus, or is this... Oh, no, I don't want pushback. No, no, no. Fuck. This is the terminal? This is a small-ass terminal, so I guess there's just a bus. It's a small... Okay, that's good, because I don't want to get... I do not want to get pushed back. Meant to be some kind of pushback tug. Alright, Icarus is coming up next to me. Rev is also behind us. Now, this is going to be interesting. I got this Dubai chocolate bar at the gas station last night. I paid $20 for it. And I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it. We'll see if it was worth $20 or not. I figured I would do this on stream. So, Dubai style chocolate. Milk chocolate with crispy canafe and real pistachio filling. Alright, we're going to give it a try. $20 for a chocolate bar. And it was like 17 at Walmart, 14 on, like 18 on Instacart. So it really wasn't much cheaper anywhere else. So I'm going to try a piece of it. It's very popular on social media for some reason. So that's the wrap. It's almost like a mukbang, I guess you could call it. Okay, so I'm gonna try this in front of you guys. And maybe this will even be a short. How do I open it? Alrighty. It's a bit soft, obviously, because it's warm in my room. Alright, cool. I'm gonna try a piece of it. Not bad. It's a little soft because it's warm in my room, but not sure if you guys can see it or not. Fuck. But not bad. Not bad. This Dubai chocolate, it ain't bad. It's pistachio, but it doesn't taste like that much like pistachio. Not bad. Not bad at all. Obviously, I'm not going to eat all of it. But I will eat some of it. Oh, yeah. Nice and milky. Kind of chewy. It's not bad. Is it worth $20, though? I don't know. I did it just kind of for shits and giggles. But I don't think it's worth $20. In my opinion, no candy in the world should be $20. Unless it, like, cures cancer. You know what I'm saying? Because, yeah, you know, what was this thing? Was it cure cancer? Like, I mean, come on, guys. But, I mean, it's not bad. I don't think it's worth $20. I might try it once in a while just for shits and giggles, but, I mean, you know, I'm not eating this every day, obviously. I'd go fucking broke.
Legion 975, turn next taxiway.
Gotta love that Mountain Dew, though.
Hold short runway.
Thanks, Dre Revo. Epic flight. See you, mates. See ya. Never thought I'd see the D. You do a mukbang and stream. I had that. It was shit. Maybe because it was dark chocolate, but I don't know. This is milk chocolate. I personally, depending on the dark chocolate, I might not eat it. Some dark chocolate I like, some I don't.
Contact ground on 1.
It's still $20 though for this thing.
Clear for takeoff, runway.
11 viewers.
1 tree, 5 tree.
That is something else. So we're gonna get a screenshot here. Yeah, I'll take a screenshot if I can figure out how I did it. I'll just take it in the stream later on. Alrighty, but I'm gonna shut down my motor. I'm gonna wrap this one up. It's been a great flight, everyone. Thank you, everyone who joined. Rev now is an A380. Obviously not, but I don't have it, so that's why I'm seeing it as that. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Alright, so we made it. Not a bad flight. In total, this flight, I mean, this was about hour 15. It would have been a 3-hour total if I'd gone last week, but we were having problems last week. So we had to wrap that one up early. But not a bad flight, everyone. Oh, and right, you can actually run in this game. Rev is some Indian man by the looks of it. Can he get in my plane, actually? I'm not even sure. How do you get out of the plane? You need to enlighten me. How do I get out of my plane? Am I going to get jacked? How do you actually walk out of the plane? I don't know how to do that. I know you can do it. I just don't know how to do it. Alright. And now he's in my wing. Shift C. Oh, no shit. This is cool. Oh my, this is cool. What is EFB? Tab, toggle EFB. Can you like fight people and shit, or you can't fight people? Alright, we got Jake. Jake's here. Jake has, okay. Is there a way to look at myself in third person? Alright, this is actually pretty cool. This is pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. This is pretty cool. We got some sand dunes here that Rev's climbing on. But, yeah, I'm gonna wrap this one up here. So, thank you everyone who joined. This has been a great flight. We're probably going to do another one next weekend, so stay tuned for that one, everyone. It will be up in Discord. It will be on the channel as well. But anyways, I guess that wraps up for the stream. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream, and please subscribe if you guys want more streams like these, and have a good day.